Hi, welcome to Making It Better Me Day 81 update. Today was Thursday, and it was also a storm day here in Nova Scotia. So I was off work today due to inclement weather. Um, Storm, I don't think was maybe as bad as they had predicted, but the roads were probably pretty messy at times when the buses would have been coming home today. So probably not a bad idea that they did cancel today. Um, so being off, you'd think I would have gotten a lot of things done today, but maybe not so much. I did sleep in a little bit and just sort of chilled and took it easy in the morning. I didn't do a lot. Had some lunch and after lunch, Leanne had a doctor's appointment. She her throat's been bothering her a little bit, and she thought she better have it checked out. So she went to have her throat checked out and see if she might have some sort of a throat infection. Now the doctor didn't seem to think she had one, but he also did give her an antibiotic. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully she'll feel better in the next couple of days, and everything will be back to normal and good. So that was one of our things today. After that, we did go and pick up a few groceries, and then we ran up to my mother-in-law's and helped her with a few items that she wanted to have taken care of. So I guess those are sort of my helpful chore housework type things today. They weren't exactly, cleaning up around my house, but there were things that needed to be done. I also did end up shoveling a little bit of my driveway, sort of the end where the plow had gone off. And I thought, I'll just quickly shovel this by hand. I kind of half wish I had drove out the snowblower. It was heavy and hard work. Anyways, hindsight is way better than foresight. So yeah, that was some of the things I did today. Another thing I did today, which I was pretty excited about, was I went and picked up my daughter Jessica from the airport, and she is home again now after being away for about 2 weeks, visiting her friend out in Alberta. So it's great to have Jessica back. I think she had a great time, and I think she's already planning her next visit for maybe in the summer. So I don't know, not much I can do, but she likes to travel and get around and go adventuring and do things. So I'm glad she's able to do that and enjoy herself. One other thing I wanted to mention is I'm sporting a home T-shirt here. This is a popular brand here. It's called from a store called My Home Apparel, and I have to thank my mother-in-law Thora for purchasing this for me. I like it. It's great, and so kind of cool shirts. They allow us to remember our home areas. So yeah, kind of cool. Anyways, I didn't go to the gym today, mostly because of having to go pick up Jessica and my timeline didn't coordinate. Oh, also, I know I had mentioned that I had an appointment at Lake Health Clinic. They called and canceled that this afternoon because of, I assume because of the weather. Actually, they didn't specifically say that, but I'm assuming that they closed early because of the weather. So that was that. So I have a little bit of a thing I want to say. We went out for supper tonight and we did not have a very good experience. We went to Boston Pizza here in Truro, which typically isn't my favorite restaurant, but we don't have a ton of great choices here in Truro. Some of our restaurant choices are not ideal, or at least in my opinion. I've been to other places where I think there's far better options for even smaller sized towns. So anyways, we decided, well, let's go to Boston Pizza. It's usually consistent, safe, and fairly easy. When we got there, we found that it was trivia night, so we decided we'd like to be seated in the dining room side, which was fine. We were seated right away. We sat for probably about 15 minutes, and a girl came over and said, "Oh, your server's quite busy tonight. Let me get your drink orders." So I was like, okay, but didn't really say, too much. So I thought, okay, well, yeah, we'll take this for what it is. Now, granted, I was very hungry. It was not excessively busy, I didn't think. And I was pretty cranky from being hungry. So we got there at about 20 or 25 after 7. And we were not served our food until 8:11. I did at one point stop our server after she'd taken her order and said, do you mind checking to see what's going on? Like, we've been here for a long time. We have no food, nothing. So she did bring her food out shortly after that, but she didn't say sorry or anything else. Just seemed to be put out by our neediness. Our cups were left unfilled when they were emptied. She didn't once come and check with us to see if our meal was okay, if everything was fine. Even after we finished eating, we probably had to wait about 10 to 15 more minutes for her to come around to bring us a check. Very poor experience. And to top it off, there were some other things that were certainly less than my expectation. But first off, let me just finish that first part. Boo on you, Boston Pizza. Your food is not that good. You really can't afford to treat your customers that badly. I don't think that we'll be going back there anytime soon. The other thing that I want to say is not a Boston Pizza fault per se, but a general public population fault, whatever, I don't know what to call it. We did sit in the dining room side, which typically I don't do there, but it was quite busy on the other side, and I knew they were having trivia night, and I thought, oh, I don't want to have to deal with that, so we sat on the other side. There were a couple of families with several small children there. Now, I have 2 grown girls now, and not that long ago there were small children, and they were 2 years apart, so they were both pretty small for at the same time for quite a while. I would have never, ever, ever, ever let them scream like these children were screaming in the restaurant for extended periods of time, slamming on things, just hollering and screaming and demanding attention and disrupting everyone else's meal. We couldn't even have a conversation because there was so much noise from these children and these 2 families. I've never, ever been anywhere where children have been so unruly. And, well, I know at one of the tables, the father, who appeared to be by himself with his children, was basically occupied with his phone and completely ignoring them while they screamed. And I don't know, maybe there was some situation that would justify that, but I find it hard to believe there would be 2 tables with situations that would justify that. I just find it really disrespectful to other customers and things like that, and I certainly know that I would have never allowed that to happen. Anytime my kids got noisy to a point where I felt that it was too much, which was probably not that bad, we always found a way to get them quiet or get them out of there. I can remember taking them to sit in cars. I can remember leaving, paying my bill and saying, look, I'm sorry, but we can't stay, we're leaving. But to stay there and allow them to just completely ruin other people's meals, I think was a bit much. And before people judge me and say, oh, you're a terrible person, you can't stand the sound of the children, that is certainly not the case. I actually have quite a bit of patience with noisy children and things like that in restaurants. I'm not that kind of a person that would be that offended by it, but there are certainly limits. That's the same thing with dogs barking. I don't mind dogs barking to a degree. There is a point where, okay, that's a bit much, and we need to sort of do something about that. My wife, who I've never ever heard complain about children being loud in a restaurant. Was quite annoyed with the situation as well. It was just a lot. Like again, I don't know. Maybe it was just a bad night, but because I know we were all quite hungry and a little bit probably more irritable than usual. They did at the end of our service. They take 15% off our bill, but I still didn't really feel like that was a satisfactory compensation for the poor meal and poor service that we received. So, and yeah, boo on you, Boston Pizza. We probably won't be back anytime soon. So yeah, other than that, pretty normal day. Like I said, well, I guess not normal day really, because it was a storm day and I was home. But did run a few errands, did take care of a few little things, sort of relaxed and took it easy more than I would most days, and unfortunately didn't make it to the gym. I was kind of hoping to get there actually after supper, but my intention was to get to supper earlier and not be there for nearly 2 hours. Fortunately, that didn't work out, so I didn't make it to the gym before I had to go pick up Jessica, but I did arrive at the airport on time this time. Last time I had to pick her up at the airport. I wasn't late, but her bags hadn't gone yet, but she was gone through the gate already, so I missed her there. But this time I was there waiting and ready for her. Happy to see her. So that's about it. Tomorrow's Friday. I feel like there is a slim possibility of another storm day, but certainly not going to count my chickens before they hatch, and I'm going to get myself up and get to bed soon. But other than that, that's about all I have to say. So be sure to like my videos if you get a chance, or if you don't like it, then don't like it, whatever. I'd love to hear your comments, what people think maybe. Have you ever had experiences with noisy children in restaurants? Have you ever been the parent of noisy children in restaurants, and how did you handle it? I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Also, maybe your experiences with bad service, and how did you handle it? What did you do? Did you complain, or did you just let it go? I'm curious to know how other people deal with those situations, and what you have to say about it. So I'd love to see your comments. If you can leave your comments on YouTube, it makes it easier in some ways so that other people can see your comments, because not everybody will be able to see your comments if you put them on Facebook, but if you put them on YouTube, there's a better chance of other people who've watched the video to see your comment and get a chance to chime in. So comments on YouTube would be preferred if possible. And as always, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. I think we've got some exciting things coming up in the next little while. We're going to have some addition to the channel, some extra bonus videos concerned with Leanne and myself. We'll be talking about some different things together, in addition to my daily updates. So tune in, you might like it. Anyways, that's it for tonight. So have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.